Hear from over there. Stone, leave it. Stone, come here. Get off. Good day, good day, good day, beautiful people. Good day, beautiful people. So, we are live in real time. I'm going to show you guys, I want to go through some concepts, right? That a lot of trainers won't show you. There's very few trainers that I've seen that actually show some of the concepts that you're going to see in this video. Because I believe a lot of trainers are scared to show you guys the real. They want to show you the fluff, right? They want to show you all the stuff that looks good and feels good, but they don't want to actually show you the stuff that comes along with maintaining and managing, right, dog breeds like this that are known to be very dominant dogs, right? What some people will call aggressive dogs, but there's a difference between an aggressive dog and a dominant dog, right? So I don't have any aggressive dogs out here. I have dominant dogs, right? But dominance can turn into aggression if you don't know what you're doing when you have, hey, Layla. Perfect example, leave, right? So a dominant dog can turn into an aggressive dog if you don't know what you're doing, right? So while they are out socializing, I'm gonna kind of show you guys in real time what it takes to maintain dogs like this, right? Because it's different than the typical dogs that you deal with on a daily basis, right? These are real dogs, right? Jaja, leave them. So out of all the dogs here, Jaja is, right, the leader under me, right? So I am the top dog. Right now, Jaja is the next dog in charge, so you're gonna see him doing a lot of growling, a lot of correcting, especially on the smaller dogs. I kind of let him regulate that because I know he's not an aggressive dog. I know he's not trying to hurt the dogs. But if it gets out of hand, right, he will jump in. Hey, hey. The one I really gotta watch out for is Layla. She's an antagonizer. Hey, hey, leave her. Leave. Ah. Leave. So Layla, the female Rottweiler, is an antagonizer. She's still learning, right? Because I haven't had her as long as I've had Jaja. So Jaja knows the rules for the most part, but even so often, Brownie, you chew my cord up, I'm gonna put my foot in your ass.
What food is Atlas?
Atlas food is in the bag, in the big bag in the room. So not, Bella's food is that first bag. Atlas, huh? That's Bella's. The other bag is Atlas. Yeah, he got another big bag of food in the room in there. Yeah. So yeah, I forgot what I was saying, but, oh yes, that's what I was saying. So Layla, right here playing with the black and tan German Shepherd, right? She's still kind of learning the rules, right? So there's a level of letting dogs be dogs, and then there's a level of discernment that you have to know the difference between when it's time to step in as a pack leader, right, which is me, and when to not step in, when to let the dogs be dogs, right? And that takes experience. That takes, I'm gonna be honest with you, it takes a level of natural connectiveness with the dogs, which a lot of trainers don't have, right? There's a lot of trainers that don't have a natural connection to dogs, right? Hey, that's enough. You have a lot of trainers that can do like a lot of the mechanical stuff with dogs, right? But they don't have a natural connection to dogs. John, that's it. Leave it. Hey, what I say? That's enough. Look. Leave it. Leave it. See, that's the follow through, right? That's the follow through that you need. The correction is just the first part, right? The correction is just the first part. The follow through is staying there, right? And making the dog submit to what you're asking it to do, right? And that's where a lot of people are missing that follow through, right? Come here. Jaja, come here. So yeah, see, a lot of this stuff is hard to explain to people that don't deal with dominant dogs every day, right? Because most of the dogs that I get are not dogs like this, right? Most of the dogs that I get are fearful, right? Highly anxious dogs, right? So we have to actually do our best in a short period of time to rehab those dogs back to their natural state of being, right? These dogs are in their natural state of being, right? You don't see any fearful, anxious dogs, right? You see confident, energetic, right? That's what you see in these dogs. All the dogs over here now. Brownie. Okay, baby. This is my baby, right? Yeah, I love Brownie. What's up, Black? What's up, Black? Let me get out here. Get your feet off me. That's one thing I don't like, when a dog put their feet on you. So yeah, hopefully you guys can hear me out here. I'm gonna stay out here so you can see all the dogs. Hey, Stone. See, I have to watch these two because he's like his father. Hey! What I say? He's like his father, so Stone is Jaja's son, and Brownie is Jaja's daughter. Brownie is Rottweiler Corso Cross, and obviously Stone is a full Rottweiler. But he's very much like his father. He's very dominant. So him, right, Black, which is the German Shepherd, if I'm not careful, especially as they get older, it could be a very bad relationship. Now, I know that, especially once they really mature, I'm not going to be able to keep them together when I'm not there. Now, when I'm here, right, I can control the atmosphere, right? But especially as they get older, and even now, I started separating them if I'm not going to be there to regulate the energy, because I know for sure he's going to try to dominate Black, and at some point, when Black really matures, because he's maturing a little bit faster than Black. Black is still very much a puppy. But because Rottweilers tend to have that hyper dominant characteristic, you know, he's really starting to mature faster than Black, the German Shepherd. So he's starting to try to dominate Black. But I know once Black really starts to mature, they're going to start to clash, and there's going to be some bad fights if I'm not careful. So even as Stone gets older, right? When I'm here, I can have Stone and Jaja out together, but I would never have them together if I'm not here. So these are the things, man. These are the little nuances that I don't believe a lot of trainers show people, right? Or explain to people. The vast majority of trainers show, you know, the fancy stuff that a lot of people like to see, which is cool, but they don't show real dog training. To me, this is real dog training. Come over here. Brownie. Brownie. Come here, Brownie. Good girl. That's my baby. Don't you jump on me. What's up, Brownie? What's up, mama? Hey, Dallas, do me a favor. Bring me some of them pair of them new gloves. Yeah. You can bring that up. Yep. Let me see here. I don't know if you guys are putting any comments because I'm streaming horizontally, so I don't know. Am I able to see the comments? I don't know. I don't know if you guys are putting any comments because yeah, and I don't want to mess up the video. Trying to learn how to be a better streamer.
I got brand with no
Yeah, that's I keep saying blue, but these are the ones I mean. Appreciate it. Oh yeah. So who else we got to bring out? We got to bring out Corsos next, right? Mm-hmm. So we can actually start transition. Get your dog in. We can start transitioning them back in to bring the Corsos out, so they get some time. So let's put. We're gonna start transitioning dogs so we can bring the other dogs out now. So yeah, go ahead and put the puppies back in. Get started with her.
Come on, Brownie.
Stop stepping on my doggone feet. Get down, get down. So yeah, now we're gonna bring out the next wave of dogs, which is primarily, I think all of these dogs that are coming out of Corsos. And these are all my personal dogs. These are all my personal dogs. Oh, now. Had to get the boogers out his eye. Move some. Move some. Oh, Layla. Hey. What I say? Thank you. Ginger, come here. Good girl, Ginger. Good girl, Ginger. Oh, Ginger, pretty girl. Stone. I really need to put my boots on. They keep stepping on my feet. Now my socks and stuff is all dirty. Did we have a cage? It was a cage. It was an empty cage, right?
Huh?
It was an empty kennel.
We had just boogie head.
Okay, so how about the damn boogie heads? So in fact, go ahead and put Ginger, Black, and Layla up. And then what we're gonna do when we bring the boobies out, we'll put Stone in one of those cages. So that way we ain't gotta deal with trying to move him when the other dog's coming out. So yeah, so go ahead and put Ginger up. Stone. Come here, Stone. Stone, come here.
Ginger. Good girl. Come on.
Give me a minute. Let me change into my boots so they stop stepping on my feet and wetting up my socks. Layla, come on, Layla. Layla, come on. Come on. All right, we just transitioning dogs, folks. Unfortunately, when it's raining outside, you know, I got a whole backyard, but I don't like to deal with all the mud and stuff, tracking back and forth in the house. It's just, so we got to transition dogs in and out and keep them on the concrete to try to keep things as clean as we possibly can. So now what you can do, let the female, out, and then we'll put Stone out. So all of these dogs that you're seeing right now was stopping by to see what was up. Was stopping by to see what's up. I'm trying to see your comment. Hold on. Yeah. Jaja, move. Hey. So this fluffy dog with all the hair, that's a Bouvier. Similar to a Schnauzer. If you're not familiar with Bouviers, are similar to Schnauzers. I'm still learning the difference between them myself. I'm trying to find a comment. I didn't get a chance to read that entire comment. Was stopping controlling, and I agree with you how you think controlling and matching dog groups is a skill. I'm trying to see how to see these comments. Give me some grace as I learn how to operate YouTube, because I'm trying to see these comments. I just saw one pop up, but now I can't see. I can't see the whole thing. It takes a level of awareness and control. Yeah, absolutely, man. You know, it's definitely not something a beginner can do. You really have to have, you gotta have time with dogs. And the reason why you need the time with the dogs is because you need to learn how to read dogs. You need to learn how to read dogs' body language, because it's the slightest things that a lot of people miss that can be a big deal in the dog world. So you really gotta know how to read a dog's body language. It could be a certain way that the dog's eyes look, right? It can be a head tilt. All of those little things that a lot of people miss could be a big deal in the dog world. And you gotta know when you gotta know when to go and when to know, right? So even this female right here, right? We just got this Bouvier female, yesterday? I think it was. So being that I know these two dogs' temperament, right? And I got a good feel of her temperament, I knew I could let her out with them, right? But even initially, you guys didn't see it on camera, Stone tried to dominate her, and I had to check Stone, right? But now, as you can see, he's bouncing around trying to play and do all the silly stuff, right? So you really got to know dogs, man. You really got to know dogs. Come here, Georgia. Good girl. Come here. Good girl, Georgia. Good girl. Cool, son. Yeah, so So obviously still building a relationship with her. And then we still got some other dogs we got to transition out. I'm really trying to find how to see these comments, man. Let me see something real quick. Orientation is locked. Rotate device back. Let me see something. Okay, I just turned the camera off. Turn the camera back on. What is this? Retouch on. I'm really trying to see these comments, man. Top chat. Live chat. I don't know, man. I'll figure it out eventually. See, when I have the phone vertical, I can see all the comments, but now that the phone is horizontal, I can't really see the comments. So maybe I should go get my other phone and watch the live from my other phone, just so I can see the comments. Georgia, come here, good girl. Come here, good girl. Come here. So as you can see, right, she's not very, she's not what I call human civil, right? Georgia, good girl. Yes, that's a good girl. That's a good girl. Yes, that's a good girl. Yes. So we got some work to do with her, right? She's kind of feral. She's not wild, but she's a little feral. But that's part of the reason why we got her, because the people that had her, you know, just kept her in the kennel. So as you can see, she needs to be groomed, right? Like I said, we just got her yesterday. We got another boy in there too. And he's actually pretty good. He has some decent OB, so we're gonna bring him out in a minute. Once we put Stone and Jaja up, then we're gonna bring the other male Bouvier out. You ready for Stone?
Yes, sir.
Come on, Stone. All right, go on in there. Nope. Of course. Make her ass come back out. Come on. Come on, Georgia. There we go. Come on. There you go. Yep. So yeah, man. I think I'm gonna start going live more often and call it Doggy TV, right? Where you just get to see me interact with the dogs, see how I deal with the dogs in real time, and just give you a different perspective of dog training outside of the, you know, to me, to be honest, the basic sit down, come, you know, stuff that you typically see. Stuff that you typically see. Most trainers do, I guess. The stuff that you typically see most trainers do, right? Start showing you guys another side of dog training that most people rarely see. Good girl, Georgia. Good girl. Come here. Come here. Good girl. That's a good girl. So now what I'm gonna actually do, I'm gonna bring some treats out, right? Because this is just gonna help me expedite the process of gaining Georgia's trust. Because like I said, we just got her and Texas, which you're gonna see Texas in a minute. We just got them yesterday, right? So obviously she smells the little meatballs. There you go, right there. Yep. Mm-hmm. Come here, Texas. Texas. Come here. Good boy, yes, good boy. Texas. So as you can see, they're very, you know, I'm gonna say feral, right? I'm gonna say feral, but not in the sense that they have no civility. They just have very little civility. Good girl, Georgia. Come. Good girl. That's a good girl. Don't jump on me. Georgia, yes, come. Good girl, that's a good girl. Now, typically, I don't use a lot of treats to train my dog once I establish a relationship with him. But of course, in the beginning, any tool that I can use just to establish that trust, right? I'm gonna use it. So, as you can see, it's working with Georgia now. Texas ain't really catch on yet, so let's see if we can get his attention. Texas, good boy. There you go, good boy. Yeah. Good boy. Now, in the beginning, I don't do a lot of correcting in the beginning because, again, I'm looking to establishing a relationship. So, if you're just now establishing a relationship with the dog, you don't want to do a whole lot of corrections. I'm not saying I just let them do anything they want, but I do let them get away with more stuff than I would typically, if they have been with me for a while, right? Because if you've been with me for a while, then you know the rules, boundaries, and limitations. They don't really know the rules, boundaries, and limitations yet. And I'm not looking to come in and just pound them, right? I wanna develop that relationship. I wanna develop that trust. I wanna develop that understanding between us, right? Good boy, come. See, he's being a little mouthy. I don't want him to bite, right? So this is one of the things I can allow because obviously I don't want to get bit. Now, I know he's not trying to bite me. He just doesn't have any etiquette, right? There you go, good boy. Come. Right here, come. Right here, Texas. Right here. Good boy. Georgia. Oh, I dropped it. It's on the ground. There you go. There you go. Good boy. There you go. Now we got that. Nope. See, he jumps. I gave him a slight correction, right? A slight knee to the chest. That's a no-no to jump. Like I said, one of my pet peeves is don't put your feet on me unless I invite you in, right? If I say give me a hug, then that gives you permission to put your feet on me. Good boy. Nope. See, this is rude, so we can't accept this. Good boy. Good boy. Nope. See how I correct that? Good boy. See, I like his Georgia. Good girl. See, I like his energy. I like his attentiveness. Good boy. Oh, it's on the ground. It's on the ground. There you go. See, I like this. I like his confidence. Good boy. Nope. Georgia. So yeah, we got some work to do with these guys. Good boy. Good boy, Texas. Good boy. You good boy? Huh? You good boy? Yes. You good boy. You good boy. Nope, don't jump on me. Nope. Yeah. Oh yeah. Nope. So yeah, folks, these are Bouvier's. Nope. That's the counter surfing, right? She smells the meatballs up here. I have two cages behind the camera that you can't see, and I have the meatballs on top of the cage. So she smells that they're up there. But that doesn't mean she can put her feet up on the counter, right? That's what the equivalent to counter surfing would be, right? Yep, Texas, good boy. Good boy, Texas. Good boy. Yeah, Georgia. Yeah, Georgia. Good girl. Yeah. Good boy. Good boy. She counter surfing again. Good boy. That's a good boy. Yeah. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. Yes. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah, I think I like Texas. Boy. Good boy. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna go grab some where they're gonna know once I grab them, they're gonna know I got them in my hand. But a great way, right? This is a perfect example of how to teach a dog not to counter surf, right? So you have whatever it is that you're trying to get, you have some on top of the counter, right? No, you have some on top of the counter, and then you have some on your person, right? So once you correct them for jumping on the counter, you heard me say, ah, ah. Then once they come back to you, you reward them, because what you're teaching them is, even though the food is there, it's a bigger reward when they get the food from you, because not only are they going to get the food, they're going to get praise and affection too. So that's even more dopamine that they're getting, as opposed to just the food. So that's one way that I teach counter surfing. You have to correct them for jumping on the counter, right? And then reward them for coming to you to get the food, right? Ain't that right, Texas? Yeah, Texas. Yeah, come. Good boy. Good boy, yes. That's a good boy. Yeah, I like you, Texas. I like you, Texas. Yeah, I like you too, Georgia. But I ain't gonna lie, I like Texas a little better. More confident, more expressive. Yeah, good boy. Good boy, yes. Good boy. Yeah, you okay too, Georgia? Yes. You okay too, mama? Yes. Ah, don't you jump on me. So yeah, these are decent dogs. Like I said, folks, we just got these dogs yesterday. You know, somebody gave them to us because they couldn't take care of them no more. So you can see Texas needs to gain probably about, I would say about 10 to 15 pounds, even though he doesn't look terrible now, right? But I still want to put about 10 pounds on him just to fill out his hips, his backbones are showing. So yeah. And we can't really see what Georgia looks like because she got all that hair. So we're gonna get her groomed just to see what she looks like, but I can only assume that she looks similar to Texas because they came from the same house. Peace, RBG Lone Wolf. Peace, good brother. Peace, good brother. So yeah, what's up, Georgia? What's up, Georgia? Oh yeah. So we probably gonna put them back up in a minute to get these Corsos out here. Let them run around. Yeah, what's up, Georgia? Come on. Georgia, yes, good doggies. Good doggies. Hey, what's up, Texas? Yeah, I like him, man. I like him. But I like his confidence, you know what I'm saying? He's real bouncy and expressive. No, we're gonna put that work on him.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I can see he got the confidence for it. Yeah. Ain't that right, Texas? Good looking boy. Good looking boy. What's up, Georgia? What's up, Georgia?
He just look like one of them dogs.
Yeah, he definitely got the confidence for sure. You can tell how he bouncing around, you know what I'm saying? He ain't had a shot bone in him yet since we got him. Yep. Yep, Georgia. Come here, Georgia. Come here, Georgia. Good girl. Good girl. I ain't call you Texas.
Georgia. Georgia.
Oh, yeah.
Good girl. Good girl, Georgia.
See, a lot of folks don't know we have a K9 security business. So a lot of time when we take dogs in, right, it's not because we're a rescue. That's part of it, especially if they're good dogs and we can see that we can use them, you know, on in what we're doing. So we can see that these two dogs, especially Texas, had great potential, and we can use them in our K9 security business. So don't start calling me with all your dogs that you want to get rid of, right? Because we're not a rescue, but if we can see that the dog can be beneficial to what we're doing over here, then, you know, we may take a chance on the dog, but we're not a rescue, so don't start calling me with all your random dogs that you're trying to get rid of. Yep.
Yeah, you can tell he got that press.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he got that walk. That's why I want to let them out with specifically him. With Jaja Stone, you know what I'm saying? Because that for sure would be a fight. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. All right, so let's put let's put them up. Get these Corsos out.
You know them back in.
Yeah, put them back in the same kennel. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, I got you. So now we're gonna bring the Corsos out. Now we're gonna bring the Corsos out. So all the dogs that you've seen so far are my personal dogs. Yeah, all the dogs that you've seen so far are my personal dogs. We have some boarding trains in there that we had out earlier before I started recording. And I may bring them out again because they just ate, so they need to come out again. Go ahead and bring out Blue. Yeah, go ahead and bring out Blue. Yeah. Now, Blue is another dog we just recently rescued, so, we're working with his physical health, putting weight back on him and things like that. But again, don't think that we're rescue. We only take dogs in that are beneficial to what we're trying to do. Beneficial to our business, which is the K9 security, beneficial to our program, right? Because yeah, he gonna pull out of that. John, yeah. Blue. Yeah, grab Sheba. Yep. So Blue is a Corso. Like I said, Blue is a dog we just rescued as well. And I don't want to say rescued in a sense. Come on, Sheba. Sheba, come on. Who? Now bring Mist out. Yeah, go ahead, bring Mist out. Yep. So, Blue is a dog we just rescued. So we're working on bringing his physical health back, bringing his physical health up to par. But again, you look at the bone structure on this guy. He has some faults. He's not perfect. But he has a great temperament, confident dog. We're going to close the door in a minute. Obviously, all the dogs are down there barking because they see these dogs outside. Come on. Nah, put him back. Yeah, put him back. We'll bring him and Odessa out together. Yeah, so we was going to bring another male out. We was gonna bring another male out, but we saw how he acted, and we said, nah. Hey, nope. So yeah, man, this is real dog husbandry, right? This is real dog husbandry, right? I know most of the videos that y'all see on a consistent get out. Most of the dogs that y'all see on a consistent basis, right? It's all the pretty stuff. Good girl. Move. Sheba. Blue. Blue. This teaches impulse control, right? This teaches that you don't have permission to just snatch it out my hand. You only have permission when I call your name. Blue. Blue. Sheba. Sheba. Nope. Nope. Sheba. Nope. Nope. So yeah, folks, this is real dog husbandry. All right. I'm gonna start doing more of these lives on a consistent basis because I believe this will help people more than the typical mechanical stuff that you see online. Sit down, come, the fancy dog training, right? I believe this helps people much more than that. Not saying that that's not helpful because it is, but I think learning dog psychology is much more helpful than learning dog training, right? Which dog training would be, again, the mechanical stuff that you see most trainers put online. Right there. It's on the floor. It's on the floor. Good girl. Blue. Blue. Good boy. See. Good boy. Good girl. Blue. Sheba. So what you see that I'm doing again, right? I'm teaching them how to respond to their name, right? How to be respectful, right? When treats, because as you can see, they're both highly motivated for the treats. And these are pretty good treats. These are like almost real human grade, like chicken meatballs, right? So this is a high value treat. And if you notice, I don't give them a treat unless their butt is on the ground, right? If they're standing up, they get no treat. And if you notice, I haven't said sit yet. I haven't said any commands to them yet. The only thing I've corrected them on is not being rude when I'm trying to give one dog a treat and they come in and try to take it. And then also jumping up on me. That's the only two things I've corrected them on so far, right? So she's only gonna get this treat once she puts her butt on the ground. And I'm gonna let her figure it out. Good girl. Good boy. No. Sheba. Good girl. Blue. Good boy. So yeah, folks. Obviously, you have any questions, don't hesitate to put them in the comments. I'm gonna try to see them because it's weird. I have the phone in the horizontal mode, so that way you can see more of the landscape. But unlike when it's in the vertical mode and I can see all of the comments synchronized together, for whatever reason, I haven't figured out how to see the comments, in real time. Like they pop up and then they go away. Boy. Sheba. Oh, you got it. Blue. Boy. Good girl. Oh yeah. I'm trying to wait for them to use the bathroom. Oh, one of them used the bathroom. I don't know who it was over there. Oh, I think that was one of the schnauzers. I mean, one of the boobies that did it over there. Trying to wait on them to use the bathroom. I might just let these two out in the backyard and bring out Mr. Yeah, and Odessa.
Yeah. See it's on the inside of the arm.
Huh?
I say you see that little the markers on the inside.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, she got them. She just ain't got them as deep as Marley. Blue. Good boy. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let them out in the back, and then you can bring out Mr. and Odessa. Sheba, come on. Yep. All right. All right, folks, we're gonna bring out the next round of Corsos. Yep, we got a lot of dogs, man. We got a lot of dogs. We got a lot of dogs. Like I said, we're building our canine security business. Come on, Odessa. Hey, mama. That's my baby right here. So for the people that was on the live earlier when Brownie was outside, this is Brownie's mother. Jaja is her father. And this is Brownie's mother. All right, mister. What's up, mister? This is Mr. Mr. is produced in-house. His father passed away. We still own his mother, but his mother is retired. She's not producing no more litters. Matter of fact, he was the last litter from his mother. So, and we've owned all of his lineage for years. My kennel partner has been breeding Corsos for 30 plus years. So we didn't produce Odessa. We actually, Odessa is an outsource, I guess you could say. But this big fella here is produced in-house. We didn't produce Blue. Like I said, we actually rescued Blue, and we didn't produce Sheba. Sheba was a trade, I guess you can say. But she's gonna be incorporated into the bloodline. Blue may be incorporated into the bloodline, not necessarily on the Corso side, possibly on the Corso side, still undecided about that. But Blue will be incorporated into some other breedings that we're doing, some other cross breedings. Because there's some attributes about him that we do like. We do like his bone structure. I personally am not a fan of the sloppy toppy, right? And the sloppy toppy is the extra jowl, all the extra slob, right? As you can see, the Corsos that we typically go with are the high-end type, right? Where they don't have all that extra loose skin up under their mouth, doing all that extra slobbing. Like those are the Corsos that we typically like to go with. But sometimes you have to use what you typically don't go with to get attributes from that to add to what you actually want. Breeding is a science and it's an art, right? Sometimes you produce some art that's like, and then sometimes you produce some art that you really didn't expect to be, and it came out to be some of the best art that you've ever produced. Yep. Mister. Come here, mister. Good boy. That's a good boy, mister. That's a good boy. Yes, that's a good boy, mister. Oh, Odessa. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah, we gotta put some weight. Gotta put some weight back on Mr. here too. Put about 15 pounds on him. Yeah, put about 15 pounds on him. But when it comes to Corsos, Mr., to me, is like the perfect phenotype. I love Odessa too, right? Both athletic, both got a lot of leg, both high and tight. They don't do all that excessive drooling. They don't have all that excessive overhang, right? I like Sheba too. Sheba's very athletic. I like Odessa's phenotype a little better than I like Sheba's. Odessa got that true old school Corso face, right? She almost got that bear looking face, right? She got that bear expression in her face. That's the look I like, right? But I also like his look, where he got that rectangular phenotype. Yeah, Mr. Oh, Mr. Oh, Mr. Oh, Mr. Oh, Mr. Oh, Mr. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Good boy. Oh, there you go. You keep missing it, you big goofball. Mister. Mister. Good boy. There you go. That's it. Mister. Odessa. Gotta keep them gloves. You're gonna get a lot of slob on your hand if you got these gloves on. Don't you open that gate. I got Blue and Sheba on the outside gate. Dealing with dogs, you gotta be ready to get dirty and sloppy. Oh yeah. Mister. 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 Come. Right here. Come. Right here. Mister. Yes. Come on. Mister. Yes. Mister. Yes. Good boy. There we go. There we go. Good boy. Yes. Good boy. Good boy. Oh, that's it. No. Oh, that's it. Oh, that's it. Right here. Oh, that's it. Right here. Hey. Odessa. Odessa. Right there. Yes. Sit. Odessa. Right here. Sit. Sit. There you go. Good girl. Good girl.
I'm good. Walk the thumb with you.
Yep. Yep. You good. Odessa. Mister. Mister.
It's on the ground, dummy. Right here.
Yep. Oh yeah, folks. So we're gonna let we're gonna get the training dogs out again soon. Let me pick this poop up. Whoa. Gotta keep it clean, folks. Gotta keep it clean. Gotta keep it clean, man. That's one of the hard things about dealing with dogs. Nobody cares that dogs poop multiple times a day. Nobody wants to see the poop, right? Because as soon as somebody sees a little too much poop, you go, oh my God, you don't take care of the dogs, you don't clean up, which is untrue, right? It's just dogs poop multiple times a day. So that's one of the things that I pride myself on is keeping my kennel space as clean as I possibly can. I almost want people to think that my dogs don't even use the bathroom. That way it gives them no ammunition to think that we don't take care of our dogs. As you can see, I keep a power washer with a barrel of water so I can constantly wash down. Like they just peed over here, so I'm gonna wash this down. Yep. Constantly cleaning up, man. It's a constant process. As you can see, keep Clorox on deck. So it's a constant process, man. It's a constant process. This is the stuff that you don't see from, a lot of trainers, man. You only get to see the fluffy, the good stuff. You don't get to see the back end stuff. So my goal is to show what it really means to be a dog trainer, a dog breeder, right? Because it's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work. If you're really going to take it serious, right, and if you're really considering making it a profitable business, it's not really something you can do part-time, right? Because doing dog breeding, specifically dog breeding, but even dog training part-time, I don't, if you're doing it because you enjoy doing it, then cool, right? But if you're really seriously trying to make it a business, it's something you got to do full-time. You can't really do it part-time because the maintenance of the dog requires full-time attention. It's not really something you can do part-time. Specifically when you're dealing with other people's dogs. Because when you're dealing with other people's dogs, as much as you tell them, a lot of the reason why you're experiencing the issues that you're experiencing with your dog is because you are too attached to your dog, right? So then they don't understand why their dog is experiencing separation anxiety. because your dog has no confidence outside of you. Everything that your dog does is tied into you, right? Your dog is not used to your dog leaving you, or your dog is not used to you leaving it. And then when you do leave it, it's like, oh, it's okay, it's okay. Hey, Mister, leave it, right? You're too empathetic. And the thing people don't understand about dogs is dogs, even though they do experience empathy, but they experience it at such a low level, they don't know how to compartmentalize the human level of empathy that we tend to put on dogs. We call it anthropomorphizing dogs, right? We're putting too much human emotions on dogs. They don't know how to compartmentalize that, right? Dogs are very black and white. There's very little gray area when it comes to dogs. Mr. Lever. Good boy. There's very little gray area when it comes to dogs, right? They're very pretty much straightforward. But when humans put all this extra gray area on it, that's when you begin to get imbalanced dogs. And that's when you send your dog to me so I can rehab your dog, rehabilitate your dog back to being a dog, and then we can actually go forward with some type of formal training, being the mechanical stuff that I was talking about earlier, the down, the come, like all of that stuff, right? Because you can teach a dog those mechanical things, but if it's still imbalanced mentally, those things are only a temporary fix. They only mask the real issues. You have to address the issues. You have to address the psychological issues that a lot of these dogs have. And I don't believe most trainers are doing that. I believe most trainers are doing a lot of treat-based training to get the dogs to do the mechanical things, right? But they're not doing a lot of mental or rehab-based training to where the issues are more deeply rooted than luring the dog in with the treat to get them to sit down. Mister, get down. So it's a difference. There's different types of training. What, man? What you want? You're pretty self. You're pretty self. You're a pretty girl. Yeah, yes, you're a pretty girl. Yes, you're a pretty girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Pretty mama. Pretty mama. Yeah, good girl. Hey, don't you do it. Don't you do it. We got Blue trying to sneak his silly self in here. So we're gonna let these guys back in a minute. We're gonna get the training dogs out here. Yep. These are the worst days, man. You know, normally we would let the dogs out in the backyard, but again, we're trying to cut down on all the dirt that's being tracked back into the house. Let me see if we got any comments that I need to read. I'm about to head out to go handle a few dogs myself. I appreciate you, good brother. I appreciate you, good brother. Yeah. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. What do you want, Odessa? What do you want? What do you want? Huh? What do you want? All right, folks, let me go ahead and put them back in so I can bring the other training dogs out. Stay tuned, because we're going to bring the other training dogs out. So give me a minute while I transition them back in to bring the other dogs out. Odessa, come on. Hey, mister. Hey, stop. All right. I'm still here, just transitioning the dogs back in. Y'all don't go nowhere. Just give me a second. Let me bring these dogs in so we can get the other dogs out. Come on, mister.
You want me to send Sheila too?
Not at the same time. Do one at a time. You going out there? All right, folks, I'm back. I'm back. So this here is Atlas. Atlas is a Labradoodle. He really looks like an Irish wolfhound. This is Blackjack. He's a black lab mix. You go on, Blackjack. So now we're bringing out all the training dogs. All the training and boarding dog or board and train dogs. This husky, that's Misty. What's up, Misty? This here, Jack Russell Terrier, is Indian Summer. We call it Summer for short. Let's go ahead. We're gonna put. Go ahead and bring. What's his name? The Coda. Yep, bring him out. So now Coda, you guys are gonna see Cody. Cody is an extreme fearful case, right? But With dogs like Cody, and you're going to see what I'm talking about in a second. No. Blackjack. Okay. Good. I know. This perfect example. Perfect example. See, perfect example, right? We're not doing anything but holding it, right?
Sit. Sit.
So, extreme cases like this, these are the type of cases that we deal with mostly, right? Dogs that have extreme fear, anxiety.
Stay.
So, a part of his training, hey, no. A part of his training is being desensitized to touch, especially in moments where he has to face his fears. That's when you heard, like we're abusing him. And as you can saw, all I was doing was holding him. Now, I'm going to put him down in a second, but I can already see that once I put him down, his extreme fear is going to kick in. He's going to try to escape. So he's going to be running away, trying to find every little hole that he can find to try to run away, right? But a part of his training is he has to learn how to face his fears. Avoidance does not equal.
Stay. Sit.
Yes, good boy. There we go. Good boy. So that's a perfect example, right, of submitting a dog. Now, if you don't know what you just saw, you're gonna have a lot of questions in your head, right? But see, a lot, and I tell people this all the time, the vast majority of my job is not to train your dog. And what I mean by training your dog, it's very easy to teach the dog the mechanics of sit and all of that stuff. It's very easy to do that. That's not hard to do. But if you don't address the psychological issues that your dog is facing, all of that sit down, all of that stuff doesn't even really matter, right? Because when your dog gets into a heightened state of aggression, right, of fear, none of that stuff is gonna matter. None of it is gonna matter, right? Because they're not gonna hear it. So you have to speak to your dog on a psychological level. And what I just did to him, I just spoke to him on a psychological level, like how dogs would speak to each other, right? That's what I just did with him, right? Because what that's going to allow me to do is control his brain when he does get to a hyper fearful drive, a hyper aggressive drive, right? Some people call it leash reactivity, right? All of these things stem from because you do not have a psychological advantage over your dog, right? The only advantage that you really have over your dog. Hey. Shh. No. Come. He keeps trying to go in the backyard. I don't want him to go in the backyard and get dirty. All right? But he's only been with us for, what's today, Wednesday? So technically this is his third day. So he's still in training. He's going to be with us for 4 weeks. So he still has a lot of learning to do. He's also going to be with us for 4 weeks. All of these dogs are going to be with us for 4 weeks. I know Blackjack been with us about 2 weeks now, something like that. But he's here on a 4-week program as well. So we got a decent amount of time with these dogs to really teach them how to be dogs again. And that's the major issue. Like I said before, we've humanized these dogs way too much. We have to bring them back to being dogs. And if you understand anything about dogs, dogs are very simple, right? It's really black and white. What you see and hear in this dog, that's human. This is not a dog. I know it looks like a dog. I know it's cute. But as it stands right now, this is not a dog. This is an unstable human, right? That is the characteristics that you're seeing in this dog, is an unstable human. So we got to do a lot of work to getting him back to being a dog again, right? So we're gonna actually go ahead and put him down. Do me a favor, lock that, make sure that gate is locked over there so he can't find a little hole to crawl through and get out of, because his fear drive is gonna kick in, which means his flight drive is gonna kick in. He's gonna be looking for any little route to escape, to get away from the other dogs. Now, the other thing we're gonna have to do, right, is regulate these dogs, because dogs, again, they're very barbaric in nature, right? They're very barbaric in nature. When they sense a dog that is weak, they tend to attack, right? So again, you have to be skillful, right? And what I mean by skillful, you have to really be connected to dogs to really be able to do this. I don't recommend everybody try this, right? Because there's a certain connectivity that you have to have with dogs in order to do this. So let's go ahead and put Cody down, and then you're gonna kind of see how we regulate the energy. Nope. You're gonna see how we regulate the energy in this particular dog pack. So as you can see, the other dogs are coming in, so I can already see. Right? He's doing a little too much, so we gotta regulate him.
Y'all do dog training?
Absolutely. You wanna bring your dog?
He needs training because I'm a little fat.
Huh?
He needs some training.
Come see us. So as you saw, we did that first correction because Atlas was about to do a little too much, right? And we got to remember that Cody is sensitive, right? Yep, there you go, good. Yep, can't allow him to push up on you. He has to learn, and you guys can't really see right now. Matter of fact, let me take this off and flip the camera around so you guys can see. So right now, because his confidence levels are so low, he's trying to hide behind Dallas. We can't allow him to do that, right? He has to learn to exist with the other dogs, like the rest of the dogs, right? He has to learn to detach himself from being so dependent on humans that he cannot exist with other dogs. He has to learn how to do that, right? Cody, good boy. Oops, camera flipped around by accident. Cody, good boy. Cody. So let's see. Good boy. Yes, I know. You see the fear kicking in? Good boy. Right? He has to learn. Good boy. Yep, don't let him. There you go. Good boy. Come. Cody, come. I'm not talking to you, Summer. Oh, doggone camera. Let me tighten this up so it stops spinning around. All right, give me a second while I fix my, there we go. There we go. All right. So this guy's learning impulse control because he's a very impulsive dog. Misty, come. Good girl. Yes. Good girl, Misty. Good girl, Misty. Yes. Huskies are some of the hardest dogs to train. They're some of the hardest dogs to train, not because they're not smart, but because they're actually very intelligent, which makes them very, what some people call stubborn, and there is a stubborn streak in them because that's how they're bred. They're not bred to be, I guess the word would be biddable dogs. They're not bred to be biddable dogs, meaning that they want to comply to what humans want them to do, right? Because they're bred to be dogs that are sled pullers. They're bred to be dogs that want to be in extreme climates, right? Extreme cold climates. And they're bred to be dogs that are just kind of left to their own vices until it's time to pull a sled. So they're not really bred to work with humans in a sense right by their side. They're only bred to work with humans to pull those sleds from point A to point B. That's what they're bred for. So then we get these kind of dogs and bring them into civility and wonder why it's so hard for them to coexist in, human nature, because that's not what they're bred to do. That's not what they're bred to do. Even dogs like this, the Jack Russell Terrier, right? Again, one of the hardest dogs to train, because we are getting these dogs that are bred to do specific jobs. They're bred to be high energy dogs. They're bred to be loud vocal dogs, right? They're not bred to be dogs that are super obedient. That's not what they're bred to be, right? So then when they start displaying those characteristics, we have to go against their nature. We have to go against their biological nature to get them to conform to human life. And it's kind of unfair, to be honest. It's kind of unfair because we look at their behaviors as bad things and we're not taking into consideration this is what humans have bred them to be over hundreds of years of breeding these dogs. So then when they start to display the very characteristics that we bred them to display, we're like, oh my God, why my dog is acting like this? Well, that's because what we bred them to do. So one of the first questions that I always ask people is, why did you choose this breed? Right? What was your purpose of choosing this breed? And 99.9% of the time is not why the dog was bred, right? It's not because of the actual function of the breed. It's because they have a affinity for the specific breed because they grew up with that breed or they had this particular breed before and it was a good dog. And what I have to explain to people is there's a few things you have to take into consideration, right? First, you have to take in consideration what type of breed it is, which means what the dog is bred for, right? I'm going to pick that poop up in a minute. What the dog is bred for, right? And then you have to take into consideration the dog itself, because even though it may be the same breed, the dog is still going to be different than another dog that's the same breed of that dog, right? Then you have to take into consideration that it's a dog, right? So you have to take into consideration that it's a breed. You have to take into consideration the individual dog, even within the same breed. And then you have to take into consideration the dog itself, right? So the first thing that I'm always trying to do is obviously I'm taking into consideration the breed of the dog. But the most important thing that I'm doing my best to do within the small period of time that I have your dog is bring it back to being a dog. So I have to override the breed. I have to override the individual dog and bring it back to being a dog. Bring it back to dog nature, right? That is my first thing that I'm always trying to achieve. And the easiest way to do that is to get it around other dogs. Because dogs learn from other dogs faster than they learn from humans. especially if you have a stable dog that can help you train other dogs or help you rehabilitate other dogs. Yeah. So what you want to do instead of pushing, correct. So it's a yeah. So as opposed to pushing away, right? It's a good. Yeah. So funny enough, a lot of people think when a dog is doing this that they're trying to push their way in, they're being demanding of attention. They think the best way to fix this issue is to pet the dog and say, it's okay, it's okay. That's the worst thing you can do because you're actually telling the dog it's okay to disrespect your space, right? So what you have to do in situations like this that Cody is doing right now, you actually have to correct them. You have to let them know, stop disrespecting my space. I didn't ask you to be in my space. So you have to correct them on that, right? You can't pet them. You don't want to push them away because pushing is actually a form of petting a dog. It's the difference between if somebody was trying to, let's say somebody was trying to hug you, right? And you didn't want them to hug you. And you keep trying to push them away, but they're not getting the idea of, I don't want you to hug me. The next thing you have to do to let them know that you're serious is probably punch them in the face, right? Now, it's not apples to apples. I'm not going to punch her in the face or punch him in the face, excuse me. But the idea is I have to show a level of assertiveness to let him know that it's unacceptable for you to keep trying to disrespect my space. Yeah. So even him, yep. What this is equivalent is him getting on the couch without permission, right? So it's the same concept with him. You have to correct that behavior. So the next time he does it, I'm going to show you how to correct that behavior. It's okay. Come. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. See, believe it or not, this is a good exercise, right? Because what we just taught him is you cannot force yourself into my space. But when I invite you in, then you get affection. But if you try to force yourself into my space, then you're going to get corrected. Yep. Yep. Just a little tap. You don't want to push. Because when you push like that, that's when you get that. Yeah. Yeah. It's just a little quick tap. And I keep calling him a she, but it's a boy. Yeah. Now in a minute, actually give him a free because he's been staying pretty good. Yeah. Oh yeah, folks. So, shoot, this has been an hour and a half live. So I think we're going to take a nice lunch break and then probably do some more training. Ain't no problem. We're going to do some more training a little bit later. So we will see you guys on the next live.